Hello there, and welcome to this week's media news with me, Gareth O'Connor. A definite sign of the times in the year of the mobile. Sad news, world's biggest PC maker cuts 27,000 jobs. That's about 7.7% of their workforce. It's a large number of people. And also they've lost about 40% of their stock value in the last 12 months. Clearly very alarming for them, but just goes to show, when people are moving away from PCs more into mobile devices, HP really need to start sorting out their mobile offering and mobile products. Speaking about dips in stock, what went wrong? The big news, of course, Facebook and their stock price obviously tumbling since the IPO launched over a week ago now. But, some would say it was priced too high. I would be one of those people. It was priced too high. And others would say it was a price stacked with hope. And of course, a price stacked with hope is always too big a risk for some people. I would also say that. But again, it was the sort of thing, it probably was priced too high. And again, it really needed to sort of the mobile offering, which of course is a big tall order. But that's something I'm sure they'll be able to sort out. I have no qualms about that. But some people have been quite scathing, particularly the New York Post, who've gone to town. Slightly, I think a bit cruel, but again, I think had they priced the stock at a more realistic kind of $30, everyone would have been happy as Larry. But this may help, perhaps. Here's hoping. But less than 2 months after acquiring Instagram for $1 billion, Facebook has just released an iOS app of their own that looks and functions almost exactly the same as Instagram, although it was something they were working on before they bought Instagram. But again, from a big player, Instagram, we're doing great things, so, buy them out, move them off, and then push your own product through. But again, it's a wonderful platform, looks great, functionality and usability looks fantastic. Again, it'll just be how they monetize this. That'll be the big thing for them. Google Chrome, now the #1 web browser in the world. Well done, Google. And also, speaking of Internet Explorers, well, not Internet Explorers, but browsers. Facebook, in the news, are about to launch their own web browser potentially. Well, they've got a big audience, so you never know. They could do well in that space. Microsoft are getting back into social with a new platform that they've called, wait for it, Social. It's been tested by students, but I think it's something that could appeal to the masses. It's all about, sharing, discovering new things and connecting with like-minded people. So again, that's why students were testing it, so they could link with other students around the world who are doing similar classes, similar courses. But again, we've obviously had lots of platforms like this, be it the Fancy, be it Pinterest, where people can share things they're interested in, of course, Facebook itself. But it connects with Facebook, so looks good though, looks good. What's next in social? Well, we do have social apps for pictures in the form of like Instagram. Now it's video's turn. Social Cam is probably the biggest one now, but of course this links through from that, but links through your Facebook. 40 million users worldwide now. And the second player, Vidi, now has 28 million users worldwide, but this is kind of the big thing for social. Social, of course, can be a very complicated environment. Here's something I stumbled across, which pretty much shows you everything that's going on in the social space, and there is a lot. So if someone tells you you're a social media expert, see how much of this they actually know. And I noticed actually from looking through this that Pinterest is not actually on here, nor is the Fancy. And of course, Microsoft's Social's not on here yet, but of course that will be no doubt, I'm sure. Complicated space. Speaking of things, new things in the social space, Amex are trying something new with Farmville, a new plant crop. Will be coming up in Farmville starting tomorrow, where players can, buy said farm crop, but also they can sign up for an account with American Express, Serve, or connect with their existing account. But why would someone want to do this, you may ask? To get in-game farm cash, in exchange for taking real-world action, such as adding money to your Serve card or using your Serve card. You may think this is crazy, but it does make a lot of sense. When you look at Zynga, they have obviously got a portfolio of online games which have got really high engaged users. And what this partnership creates is the opportunity to provide a link to the offline world for that high level of online engagement. That's what American Express have said. And it does make good reason when you think that Zynga maintains 292 million monthly active users and 75 million daily active users with Farmville alone, notching up 22.5 million. So if you're a global company and you have a global product, not a bad platform to be engaging with people. Certainly nice to be trying something new, but it is a massive platform. So many people are playing social games of all ages and backgrounds, so it's not just the young'uns. The future of retail, perhaps, but it makes a lot of sense also. This is an Oscar de la Renta jumper, valued at $2,600. But Oscar de la Renta, a while ago they released a range of affordably priced, not $2,600, accessory and fragrance products exclusively through their Facebook shop. Kind of cool, but it worked pretty well. Now they're trying to sell this top for $2,600 exclusively through the Fancy, which of course is a similar sort of thing to Pinterest, an online destination where you can share things you like and love. But it's a good way and nice for them to be trying things to sell things exclusively online. And certainly for retailers, it's a wonderful thing because, you know, you get rid of the whole bricks and mortar cost and overheads. So, not mad. Someone is watching you. Well, if you're in New York City, people may well be watching you. And these people are called Local Response. Local Response is an online advertising platform which uses publicly available data, so it's all public. So things you tweet, post, watch, share, comment on, to serve you targeted ads. Some people may say this is wrong, but in a way, I guess it's a whole thing of relevancy and getting things that matter to you and things you're interested in. So not mad, but good from an advertiser's point of view. And Google, speaking about mad things, Google just painted some new technology which basically targets advertising based on environmental conditions. It's basically what I mean by is background noise. Advertising can be served on the basis of a sensor that detects temperature, humidity, sound, light, or air composition near a device, and ads are served accordingly. Understanding? So the technology basically can be for personal computers, digital billboards, digital kiosks, vending machines, and mobile telephones. Whether that means they're going to be listening and watching everything that you do, who knows? But it's the way advertising is going. All you've got to think about is internet-connected televisions with camera on them. They can see at some point who's watching television and serve you ads accordingly. It's the way of the future. National Wi-Fi network is coming, not here unfortunately, but it's coming and getting closer in the US of A. And it's been driven by this lot, who you will notice currently, anyway, you may not, but these people have nothing to do with Wi-Fi or mobile. They're cable companies. But what they're doing is they're building a Wi-Fi system. Currently it's going to be in 5 cities, these 5 cities, but they're looking to put this out across the whole country. And basically what it means is anyone who subscribes to one of these will get free Wi-Fi wherever they go. Great for the consumer, not so good for mobile phone companies, but great for the consumer. This is kind of cool.
INDIBA is Germany's most popular bank and the official sponsor of the German Basketball Federation. The brand ambassador is national player and Dallas Mavericks star Dirk Nowitzki. The challenge, to make the performance-oriented younger target group aware of INDIBA at basketball events across Germany. This target group in particular always has their smartphone with them. Working with out-of-home engineers and mobile computing experts, we developed a technique that enables a smartphone to become a virtual basketball. We used the accelerometer to calculate users' hand motions and translated them into speed to play the right 3D clip on the LCD screen. The INDIBA free throw. Using location-based services, passers-by were able to log in directly at the billboard and turn their smartphone into a virtual ball via a mobile website. When the player logged in, a message was automatically displayed on their Facebook wall for their friends to see. Their friends were able to follow the streamed event live on a specially installed microsite and cheer for their player with their likes. Their applause was visually and acoustically transmitted to the digital billboard. At the end of each player's 3 free throws, a special webcam sent a picture of the player's best throw to their smartphone. The result? We had hundreds.
It's kind of a nice idea, but again, it had lots of people involved, and it was touring around the country, all the basketball games. But a nice idea and a good way for people to use a smartphone to not only take part in an event, but also then get served up with additional content after the fact, which they can share with their friends. Nice idea, right? Here's another nice idea, or at least another nice execution, which took 5 years to compile, and it's for Getty Images. And basically it just shows kind of life, the journey of life from start to beginning, but of course multiple lives interweaved with one another, but kind of nice. So yeah, that poor person had to go through 38 million images, and all those images, of course, in there were from Getty's stockpile. And this is the last thing from me this week. This is a new ad or short film by Roman Polanski for the guys at Prada. I like this.
So, yes, last time you reminded me that if I had a dream, I must tell you about it. Well, last night I did have a dream. A nightmare, really. I was alone in a vast arena, all alone. On the stage was a rock band, but I couldn't hear the music. Total silence. I was consumed by panic. What does it mean? Does it symbolize my loneliness? I'm a very lonely person. I think it's because I'm rich, and Daddy left me everything. I love my daddy. But his money was a curse. I mistrust everyone. That's why I'm lonely. Men try to charm me, but I know they're only after my money. I can't get the empty arena out of my mind. Oh, and the rock band playing, gyrating, swaying, silently. You understand? Silently. Total awful silence. That's how I am. I exist in a cocoon of silence. Oh, yes, I go out to parties. I meet people, famous and important. I shop, Carat, vision, wherever. And I'm always alone. In a vast arena. Silent and alone. Daddy was a wonderful man. I think he too was lonely. My mother said it is. Yes, he had women friends. Lots of them. Very handsome, very rich. And not all of the women were of the highest quality. Young, vulgar, fake tans, you know the type. Oh, doctor, what does it mean? What does it all mean? Huh? Doctor?
And that's it from me, and I will see you next week.